Hello tea lovers! Today we're gonna talk about tea storage. Tea storage is one of the main critical things to keep your tea as long as possible fresh and good. So what are we going to look at? Green tea, as you know, is our special field, but green tea has one negative point, as green tea is one of the teas that oxidizes or can oxidize the fastest. And oxidation can be triggered through certain things. So actually what you have to look is that you store your tea in a good way, because as you expose it more to light, as you expose it more to oxygen, to heat, or to, for example, odors, this will influence definitely your tea. So what I can show you, for example, is that I have here a Cavus Essentia from 2016. So this tea is actually already 2 years old, and with an older tea you have the chance of oxidation. But this tea has been stored in a good package. Here I have a tin. So most important is that you actually have a tin which you can seal from oxygen. Here, for example, I have good plastic pack. You have a good plastic tap. You can put it on it, you close it, and then you just put everything together, and this is nearly air free. You have a little bit of air in the tea, so important is that you consume it then. And what is nice is when you store the tea in the right way, so we just put in some green tea now in our teacup or teapot, and then I just put here some water in, just to show you when the tea is stored in the right way, that we actually can, even after 2 years after the harvest, or nearly 2.5 years after the harvest, have a really nice fresh tea. Then I have brought you another example. So this is actually also a tea from 2016. This I bought in the end, or in the beginning of 2017. So actually this tea has been here in this cupboard for around now nearly 2 years. But actually I only left it in the bag. The bag is also sealed, so it's good if you keep it for a shorter period, but as soon as you get longer, I put it in here, so you already can see that the tea is slightly browner. It is kind of a little bit of a more yellowish or nearly brown brown color, but still very pretty green. And I put also in here some water just to illustrate you how the tea looks. So this is actually a premium or super premium sencha, which you bought from Mr. Yamazaki. And this one is, as I said before, the Cavus Essentia. I just take 2 cups or 2 glasses for you, just to illustrate this here, that you can have a look. So here we got the Cavus Essentia from 2 years ago. You see very nice green color. Still, for a 2-year-old tea, really a golden, beautiful liquid. So this tea also, it still has a really fresh, grassy taste, a lot of sweetness to it. Really good tea. Still, it has a haze flavor, so you get different notes, a lot of different things. And now let's have a look at this one here. And what you already can see is that it is darker. Put some more water. So So you can see that it is not completely like brownish, but you can definitely see a difference between the two teas. So actually here you have kind of a bright, really bright green color here, and what you can see here is like a more yellowish, nearly brown color. So when I just put them side by side for you to see really that you can see here you have a darker color. Also when you drink it, there's a stale taste to it. It still has some kind of sweetness, but there's a bitterness to it. It is stale. So actually here you can see quite a remarkable difference between these two liquors. So storage is highly important. Now, when you have, where we specialize on is on premium green tea, so it's important to really store it in the proper way. What you actually can do, and what some people tell, is that you can store the tea in the fridge. But as soon as the pack is open, like this one here, so this is the Sashahime from Mrs. Sakamoto, this one here, as soon as it is open, what it is, so this tea is around 2 weeks old. I opened it like 2 weeks ago. So as soon as it is open, you shouldn't put it in the fridge. The reason is the fridge has often a lot of different stuff in it. So we have a different jams here, but for example, we have an open lemon here. You have other like onions, other stuff, olives we have here. So here are a lot of odors in the fridge as well. So these are things actually they really give a different odor to the fridge, and the tea unfortunately absorbs these odors. So as soon as you have it open, it is really important that you store it in a dark place. Like here, you can have it in this pack for some weeks, maybe 1 month or 2. But this one here, for example, was really like 2 years in this pack. So actually not a good way to store, but you can store it in here quite easily with all our other teas which we have here. Then you close it and it's in a dark and cold place. But what you can do when you say, okay, I have a tea package and I don't use it as fast as, for example, myself, when I have a tea open, I drink it in 1, maybe in 2 weeks. Some people, they want to keep it for longer. So actually what you can do, either you put it in a tin like this, so this is the perfect version what you have, or you leave it in the bag up to 2 months, or what you also can do, and this I brought you here, for example, if you have a small vacuum machine or something at home, what you can do is smaller packs. This is, for example, the small pack or the small sample we are selling on our website for the Sashahime. This here, for example, you can store it like this. So you just do small packs of it and then you can easily store it in the fridge. What I suggest and what we also learned in Japan is actually that you can store tea very easily in the freezer. So we have here the freezer, and in the freezer you can actually store your different kinds of teas. But also here I suggest that they have to be sealed, they have to be closed. Actually the freezer is one of the simplest way to store tea. Why can you store green tea in the freezer? Green tea normally has around 5, sometimes 3 to maximum 7% of humidity still in the leaves when it's done. And with this low percentage of water you can store it easily in the fridge because it will not freeze. So actually you just keep it cold at a very low temperature, and this actually is the best way to store high quality tea as long as it is not open. Good. What is also important is sometimes you have different kinds of teas. So when the tea actually, like a fukamushi, I can show you this. if I have a fukamushi here, or even a shincha. This, for example, is a palette de tea. Shincha, I will show you. Actually, this tea has also smaller leaves and more broken leaves. So this is a shincha. What is very extreme is fukamushi. Fukamushi has these very small, tiny leaves, and as more broken the leaves are, so the more surface is given where actually the air can touch the leaf, so the oxidation is faster. So especially for fukamushis, which are deep steam teas, break really easier than normal teas. Tin, really good idea. Or you do small packages, you put it in the fridge. This you can also do. So keep it as far away from the air as possible. And like this, the tea stays fresh for a longer time. Good. Yeah, this is more or less the insight I give you. So drink the good things, store it well, otherwise this will happen to your tea. Really try to maximize the pleasure you have with your high quality green teas. I hope you like this. Tell us what you think about it and let us know if you have any questions.